Good morning, everyone. My name is Prashant. I'm responsible for continental India business. It's really my pleasure to be part of this GS Confluence 2020. So, next 7 to 8 minutes, I'm going to briefly talk about our company and also the products which we are developing to address the sustainability challenges. Okay, so this slide talks about 100 plus years back, the first drive Bertha Benz took a ride on a diesel engine. We are moving towards what we call as robotaxis. Yeah. Just to give a brief overview of Continental. Continental is a German company listed in DAX. Last year we did about 44.5 billion euros with about 240,000 plus employees, globally located across 595 locations in 59 countries. And these are the 5 divisions which this company is made up of. So mostly all of you are aware of Continental Tires. Apart from tires, we also do many electronic products which goes into passenger cars and two-wheelers. Just to give you a very brief about Continental India started about 12 years back in 2008. Currently, we have 9 plants across 15 locations located in the key automotive hubs with more than 8,000 employees, and we continue to make investments here in India. If I have to talk about the values in the transportation, which is changing over a period of time, I would like to address these 3 value streams. One, certainly we started with driver and the safety and comfort, moving towards the quality time. That's how cars are becoming more autonomous. The second value which is driving the automotive is certainly moving towards the cleaner vehicles from internal combustion engines to electrified vehicles. And the third is what we call coach vehicle or third room, which gradually the cars are becoming what we call as a third room or a less personal or a more shared facility. Each of these companies, which you see on the right side of this screen, they try to address these values in a different way. For example, if I have to talk about Tesla, while addressing the second value on the electrification, they also combined the first value. That's how you see they're so successful today. Again, coming to the transformation, these are the 3 things which are transforming the mobility space, which includes alternative drive systems, autonomous driving, and connectivity and cloud. While alternative drive systems is more of a disruptive in nature and it's not driven by consumers, whereas the other 2 are more comfort-related features and basically driven by consumers. Apart from this, we are also moving towards what we call a shared mobility, and this is the growth what we could see in India by 2030. To address these mega trends, which include sustainability, urbanization, digitalization, and the aging society, these are the 4 enablers which we can address through our products, and I will take you briefly about this. While autonomous driving, we have to divide that into assisted, automated, and autonomous. While it is too early for India, but certainly we see at least assisted functions, which is precipitated by safety, coming to India sometime in 2024-2025 timeframe. Whereas on the connectivity, we all enjoy all these features at home and also at offices. Now we would like to see all these features inside our car. While you talk about car, it's not going to be easy considering the safety aspects of it, while we see a lot of connected features developing at all. But the third one, which talks about the disruption, which is the electrification, India, we see a lot of push coming in from the government, while it's a bit of a challenge when it comes to countries like India, the reason being more than 50 to 60% of the vehicles produced in India are the hatchbacks. With the current cost, if you try to electrify these hatchbacks, is going to be much more expensive than what it is today. So that's why it's taking a little bit more time, but we sure see about by 2030, about 30% of the vehicles being electric vehicles. What is it driving today? So all these megatrends are driven by software. If you look at a car in 1970s, it was purely a mechanical box. We started adding electronics to that. With that electronics, then the software came in. So with this software, we see a huge potential in terms of making the cars much more sustainable. These are some of the figures what we see a value in terms with the software coming in. If you talk about the total market of the automotive is about 2.78 trillion, and in next 10 years, this could move to 5.5. That's trillion. And if you look at the growth, this is mainly coming from software and software as a service. So certainly with all this, there's a disruptive change ahead. And if one wants to be successful, it'll all depend on being able to manage this complex change in multiple areas at the same time. We see in terms of internal combustion engines, we see the last development taking place in 2025, and that could be put to use in 2030. And this will come to an end somewhere by 2040. We don't see beyond 2040 costs being driven by internal combustion engines. As a Continental, we drive the sustainability as a core principle. So this is our targets for the sustainability. If I talk about climate protection, starting this year, all our manufacturing plants will be using purely green electricity. So start with, by 2040, all our plants are going to be carbon neutral, and by 2050, the complete value chain, including product process, is going to be carbon neutral. When it comes to clean mobility, we have taken a vote. There will be zero emissions on the road, zero tailpipe emissions, and also solutions beyond zero tailpipe emission.
Meanwhile, via the long-distance conveyor belt, Jack's gift is processed and transported to a neighborhood delivery center. A last-mile delivery robot picks up the package and delivers it with built-in sensors that detect pedestrians and assess road conditions. Jack is identified as the authorized recipient of the parcel and is up and on his way to make his daughter one very happy birthday girl. Moving forward to create a smart and sustainable city, enhancing the quality of your life. Smart City starts today with Continental, the future in motion.
Okay, so it's not good enough if you have only sustainable products. You need to have a sustainable process also. That's where Industry 4.0 comes into picture if you want to run a very sustainable manufacturing. What is Industry 4.0 is all about? If you look at currently, every company has got a set of KPIs. If you look at those KPIs are past. Based on the past data, you try to make an analysis and infer something and take action. Whereas Industry 4.0 is purely driven by data, where the data is available on a real-time basis. If you are able to make this data on a real-time basis, then you can be much more efficient. So this is one such examples where we have implemented Industry 4.0 in some of our facilities here in India, which I will show you through a video how we are able to connect the complete value chain from supplier to manufacturing to our customers. Yeah. So again, the way in which Industry 4.0 works, we have ensured that every equipment in the plants are connected to a sensors, and all this data on a real-time basis gets into a central server. And we have developed our own algorithms. With that algorithms, it's able to give a sort of an output which is prescriptive or predictive in nature, and that can be received through your handheld phones or tabs or computers or even mobile phones, so that you are able to take actions even before something goes wrong. So if I had to I will share you a small video which talks about our Industry 4.0 activities which we have implemented in one of our facilities in Bangalore.
For over 35 years, automotive plants have been adapting to an ever-changing world. Automotive plants are innovating, transforming, to ensure their long-term viability and develop new business opportunities. We collaborate across the CEP organization, business units and services. We are focusing on Industry 4.0, the smart factory, and the factory of the future to improve efficiency in our factories. The future factory will be flexible, connected, and robotized. They will ensure 100% traceability, provide automatic analysis, measure trends, and finally give our employees recommendations for actions before output losses occur. In this way, we can focus on what is important, the availability of our machines. The most important factor is our employees. It is with them that we will be shaping the transformation. Each individual is being thoroughly prepared for this transformation and receives the support needed in the form of personalized training and a confident and reliable management culture. We imagine, we invent, we create, we live our future as an innovative company.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prashant, for the
Thank you.
excellent
Thank you.
presentation. And
Thank you.
I think we will go into further discussion during
Sure.
the Q&A session also and the panel. Thank you, Prashant.